اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولقد بعثنا في كل أمة رسولا أن اعبدوا الله واجتنبوا الطاغوت فمنهم من هدى الله ومنهم من حقت عليه الضلالة فسيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان عاقبة المكذبين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولقد بعثنا في كل أمة رسولا أن اعبدوا الله واجتنبوا الطاغوت فمنهم من هدى الله ومنهم من حقت عليه الضلالة فسيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان عاقبة المكذبين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. صدق الله العلي العظيم صل على محمد وآل محمد صل على محمد.
أحسنتم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. Amma ba'd. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to thank all of the presenters before me, dear Hajj Mustafa, Hajj Ashiq, Brother Saad, and dear young brother Athar. Indeed, inshallah, we all have that mindset, that heart to give our lives on the journey to Karbala, not just the physical journey, but the mental, the spiritual, the emotional journey. And not just our lives, inshallah, the lives of our family, our parents, our children, everyone being willing to surrender. And this is what Islam means: surrender, submission. And what greater submission is there than to surrender everything of yours to the representative of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon this earth. Jazakallah khair, dear young brother. And inshallah, we look forward to hearing you in the nights that follow. For his well-being and all of the presenters tonight, sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Inshallah, with that said, I'd like to invite our dear and respected Hajj, Dr. Abdul Saad, to deliver the main lecture for tonight. Please welcome him with 3 loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. لا إله إلا الله. السلام عليكم جميعا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على علي أمير المؤمنين وسيد الوصيين. اللهم صل على فاطمة الزهراء سيدتي ومولاتي سيدة نساء العالمين. اللهم صل على إمام حسن المجتبى. اللهم صل على إمام الحسين شهيد كربلاء أبا عبد الله. اللهم صل على الأئمة من ذرية الحسين، أئمتي وسادتي وقادتي، بهم أتولى ومن أعدائهم أتبرى. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. My dear brothers and sisters and respected viewers, thank you so much for your attendance tonight, and inshallah we will launch straight into the discussion. In yesterday's lecture we discussed the nature of ultimate reality, which is the branch of knowledge called ontology. And what we covered last night is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator, is the ground of existence, the ground of being, the ground of reality. I might just have it a little bit lower so I can see my notes. I think yesterday was a bit lower. Thank you so much. And then Muhammad wa Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And the conclusion we came to is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the very source of all existence, as the source of all reality, that encompasses all reality, all knowledge, all power, all universes, has created a universe that is ordered, that is orderly, that is intelligent. And this is the lens through which we will view and discuss the tragedy of Karbala tonight, inshallah, through the lens of cosmology. Cosmology means cosmos, which means order, which means intelligence, governance, the cosmos. And this is in contradistinction to chaos. Chaos means disorder. There's going to be an important distinction for our topic tonight, for our discussion, inshallah. So we understand when we look at Qur'anic cosmology that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the governor, the controller, the master of the universe, of the alameen, of really all universes known and unknown. And that Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam began his mission with Allah and through Allah. That our Imam alayhi salam, as the divinely appointed human representative of God, who inherited the knowledge of his grandfather Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, and of his father Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, and of his father Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, and of his brother Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam. And upon the death of Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam, he became the inheritor of this sacred knowledge. Knowledge that is not knowledge that can be passed on to anyone. This is knowledge that is in that vertical column that we talked about if you review the lecture at the end of the lecture. This is knowledge that is sacred. So tonight we're going to look at the creation of the universe. And as we said last night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the universe from nothing. I made an error last night, a small technical one. I said it's from the Greek, the term creation ex nihilo. It's actually from Latin. Creation out of nothing. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates from nothing. The power is awesome. The creation of the universe from nothing that is pre-existing. Now, what we turn to tonight is how can we understand Karbala through a knowledge of the universe which is governed by the laws of Allah. Because in the Qur'anic cosmology, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created the universe and everything in it through the divine command of the kun, His divine speech, which again is not with a mouth or words, the creation of reality, the creation of the universe in the Qur'anic cosmology means that everything in the universe has some level of consciousness or awareness. Even rocks. This is very distinct from the materialist perspective that sees everything as dead. So consciousness, according to the Quran, is in a hierarchy. You know what a hierarchy is? Different levels. Right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Fussilat, for example, ثم استوى إلى السماء وهي دخان فقال لها وللأرض ائتيا طوعا أو كرها قالت آتينا طائعين. Before man existed on earth, when the universe was in its early phase of formation and it was gaseous or smoke, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses the sky. Then He turned to the sky, which was smoke, and He said to it and to the earth, come willingly or unwillingly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the heavens and the earth, which means they have consciousness, right? And they both said, we come willingly. What do we understand from this? Meaning, all of creation is imbued, has an intelligence which in its very nature, we could say its fitra, obeys Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your heart has a certain intelligence which ensures that it beats. It also has an intelligence which ensures that if you are exposed to certain negative emotions, negative beats, heavy metal music, negative scenes, pictures, images, graphic violence, gratuitous scenes, pornographic scenes, that your heart, because its intelligence, will have a negative reaction to that, because your heart has a consciousness. In fact, we know at a neurological level, the human heart is not just a mechanical pump. Your heart has around 40,000 neurons, brain cells in the heart that communicate with your brain. So in Qur'anic cosmology, the created universe operates in a perfect order which conforms to the divine will. That is, reality itself has a level of consciousness or awareness. Now, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam understood better than anyone else alive this cosmological principle, that the cosmos is an expression of God. It's a sign of God. It is an ayah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam saw his role in this cosmic reality, in the universe he inhabited, was to be the human who would sacrifice himself in order to bring the cosmos back into order. Now this is a very important point, because what I'm showing you is that the universe that is governed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's laws is in a state of order. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses the heavens and the earth, they say, we come willingly. They submit to the divine laws and order that govern the universe. But we see that Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam enters when there is a part of the cosmos that is in a state of disorder because the divine laws have not been obeyed. You getting the connection with cosmology? Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam saw his role to bring the cosmos back into order. So, just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings order to the cosmos through his divine governance, through the laws that govern the universe, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, as God's representative on earth, declared his mission to bring back to the sacred cosmos the world of religion. He sought as his mission to bring it back into order. What do I mean by this? Meaning that his grandfather, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, had come with a sacred message, the Quran, as the seal of the prophets. And this message brought humanity the opportunity to come back into the cosmic order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because before then, if you look at the situation with the Arabs where the Quran was revealed, they were in a state of chaos and disorder. So this divine guidance that came created order in the human being, which is his own universe. So the cosmos of religion had been overtaken by disorder. And we look at Imam al-Hussein's mission statement. The Imam says, إني لم أخرج أشرا ولا بطرا ولا مفسدا ولا ظالما وإنما خرجت لطلب الإصلاح في أمة جدي أريد أن آمر بالمعروف وأنهى عن المنكر. The Imam says in declaring his mission, and surely the aim of my stand is not inspired by vanity, and it's not for the quest of a kingdom worldly kingdom. Neither is it to cause dissension and corruption. The purpose of my stand is the reformation of my grandfather's nation. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam is the reformer of his grandfather's ummah. Now, a reformer brings things back into order after they have been in a state of disorder. That's what it means to reform. To reform something. So Imam al-Hussein's mission is following a cosmic principle to bring the created order of the human being back into cosmic order, religious order, sacred order. Because after 48 years, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam was about 7 years of age when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi died. At Karbala, he's 55, 56. So in 48 years, the order, the sacred order of the religious cosmos had devolved, had regressed to such a point that the grandson of the Prophet of God is going to be killed by this community that the Prophet had left 48 years ago. Would you say that's a state of order or disorder? But the universe, the cosmos, follows order. The heavens and the earth follow order. So how come in this realm there is disorder? As a member of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had purified, as a member of the sacred house of revelation, Imam al-Hussein saw the decay, the decline, the corruption, the infiltration that had overtaken the nation of his grandfather, was putting at risk the sacred mission to rescue all of humanity, which Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi had brought to the world. Remember that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi had a cosmic mission. This is where we prove very simply that Imam al-Hussein's mission was a cosmic one. Rasulullah had a cosmic mission. He was sent as a mercy to the entire cosmic order. Proof? وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. And we have not sent you except as a mercy to the entire created order, to the cosmos. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So by extension, Imam al-Hussein's mission, because it was aimed at restoring and reforming the nation of his grandfather, who had brought to the earth the sacred and final message of the one true God, the King of the universe. By extension, Imam al-Hussein's mission was also a cosmic one. His sacrifice was for a cosmic purpose. It was bringing the cosmos back into order, from the sacrilegious and the satanic back to the sacred. Because everything in the created order obeys Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the heavens, the earth, the plant kingdom, the vegetable kingdom, the mineral kingdom. Except this creature, this curious creature he created. And we're going to go into that in Surah Al-Baqarah. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pronounced the creation of man, of Adam, the angels had reservations. They understood the implications of the creation of this creature. So Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, his mission was cosmic, in the sense of it was to bring order back to disorder. Because Allah's universe operates according to order, divine laws. To restore the world from chaos back into cosmos. And what this required was something called a shock point. Karbala was a shock point. When something is drifting, it often requires a shock to the system to bring it back. And this was Karbala. It was a shock point. Now, this feature of the universe, of the cosmos, that it goes into disorder, is mentioned in the Quran. That what would happen, what needs to happen for the universe to decay? وَلَوِ اتَّبَعَ الْحَقُّ أَهْوَاءَهُمْ لَفَسَدَتِ السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ وَمَنْ فِيهِنَّ بَلْ آتَيْنَاهُمْ بِذِكْرِهِمْ فَهُمْ عَنْ ذِكْرِهِمْ مُعْرِضُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and if the truth had followed their desires, the heavens and the earth and whoever is in them would be corrupted and disintegrate. We have brought them their reminder, but they turn away from it and they oppose it. What we can take from the verse is that had the cosmic order obeyed the desires, obeyed the caprice, ahwa'ahum, of these evil people, the whole created order would have collapsed. So Imam al-Hussein is positioning himself as the person that is going to put the brakes on, apply the shock point to bring the cosmos, the religious cosmos, the sacred realm on earth. Because the realm that is being governed from heaven is governed perfectly by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed a divine representative, a human, on this earth. And as long as that human is obeyed, the cosmos, would it be in order or disorder? In order. But he's not obeyed. And his right was usurped. And the right of his brother was usurped. And the right of his father was usurped. So what happened? The universe went into disorder. The cosmos, which according to Allah's laws operates perfectly, once you disobey the divinely appointed human representative, the Khalifa of Allah, what happens? In 48 years you get Karbala. Do you see the cosmic dimension here? Are we understanding? Are we following what I'm saying? The cosmic nature of Imam al-Hussein's mission. Cosmic in that he was bringing the universe back into alignment according to Allah's laws. Because as Allah said, if the truth were to follow their desires, the whole created order would collapse. وَلَوِ اتَّبَعَ الْحَقُّ أَهْوَاءَهُمْ لَفَسَدَتِ السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ وَمَنْ فِيهِنَّ. And if the truth had followed their desires, the heavens and the earth and whoever is in them would be corrupted and disintegrated. You see the cosmic mission. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam declared that his mission was one of reformation. Just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declares that He did not create the universe in vain. وَمَا خَلَقْنَا السَّمَاءَ وَالْأَرْضَ وَمَا بَيْنَهُمَا بَاطِلًا ذَلِكَ ظَنُّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. And we did not create heaven and earth and whatsoever is between them in vain, in jest, for play, for no purpose. That is the conjecture, that is the guessing, that is the sophistry of those who disbelieve. Just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declares that He did not create the universe in vain. At the center of Imam al-Hussein's mission was the cosmological reality of him inhabiting a God-centered universe with God-inspired laws and a God-appointed vicegerent Khalifa. And because this principle was being disobeyed, the cosmos had gone into chaos. The sacred had become the sacrilegious. Light had turned dark. While the physical cosmos would not descend into disorder because it was being governed perfectly by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and everything in the created order apart from Bani Adam obeyed God, like the heavens and the earth, which ensured perfect harmony of the cosmos, while the physical cosmos would not descend into disorder because it was being governed by God and His immutable laws and His legion of angels, the earth plane, the world we live in, could fall into chaos and disorder, into the bloodshed the angels were alarmed of in Surah Al-Baqarah. Do you see the cosmic proportion? Anyone that tells you Imam al-Hussein was just a good man, we're sorry for what happened, doesn't understand these cosmic realities. They're blinded to them. To say that Imam al-Hussein was just a good man who fought is to be blind to the cosmic dimension of what Imam al-Hussein did and who he was. Who he was. While the physical cosmos cannot descend into disorder, because Allah safeguards it in the Quran. I just read the verse. He says, if the truth were to obey their desires, the whole created order would disintegrate. I'm not going to allow that. They obey me. The heavens, the earth, the angels, the created order. But this creature, insan, because he has aql but as well as desire, he can disobey. So the earth plane could fall into chaos and disorder, into the bloodshed, when it was ruled by illegitimate tyrannical humans who had usurped the divinely appointed Khalifa, God's chosen representative. So from now on, whenever you think about Imam al-Hussein, I want you to think about it metaphysically, cosmologically, in sacred terms. It is as deep as it gets. This is as deep as it gets. I'll take questions later, brother. Just don't break my flow. This is as deep as it gets. So, in terms of Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Go ahead, brother. Fadl. Fadl.
So this means that God does not want the human plane to be disintegrated or be destroyed. God wants it to be preserved, the human plane.
Yes, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is his mission. That's the wrong term. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave shaitan leave. Shaitan basically, Iblis, basically put up a challenge to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm going to deceive them all. Now remember, this is sort of jumping the gun, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the angels, I know what you do not know. So in a way, if I go too deep into the answer, we're going to jump the gun with the future lecture, brother. Thank you, Brother Saad. So we see that Imam al-Hussein's mission was not merely a sociological mission or a local protest against a tyrant. Now, people who think like this, they think like this because they don't understand wilaya. Simple as that. They've horizontalized everything. Ahlul Bayt are just nice people. Imam al-Hussein is a little boy playing on his grandfather's shoulders. With respect. Now, that's better than the position of Yazid. That's, at least you have respect. I respect that. But it lacks depth. This is Baytun Nubuwah, Baytur Risala. This is the sacred house. We are dealing with metaphysical reality. We are dealing with sacred history. We are dealing with the lineage of Ibrahim alayhi salam. We are dealing with the end times. We are dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mission or his purpose for human beings and their destiny. We are dealing here with the eternal battle between Iblis and humanity and his defiance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is when you talk about Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. This is what we're talking about. Imam al-Hussein's mission was a mission of cosmic proportion. Imam al-Hussein was entrusted with the amana that no other creature could withstand. إن عرضنا الأمانة على السماوات والأرض والجبال فأبين أن يحملنها وأشفقنا منها وحملها الإنسان إنه كان ظلوما جهولا. This amana, bless you Habibi, you okay? صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Indeed, we offered the trust to the heavens and the earth and the mountains, but they declined to bear it and feed it. But man undertook to bear it. Indeed, he was unjust and ignorant. This amana, this trust that Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam bore, no one could bear it except the house of revelation, except the purified progeny, except these perfect exemplars of human piety and God consciousness. So, Imam al-Hussein's mission was to restore the earth plane from a state of chaos, ruled by tyrants, thieves, brigands, political opportunists, all of whom were the confederates, the conscripts of Satan. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, in addressing his enemies, says to them, إن القوم استوحظ عليهم الشيطان فأنساهم ذكر الله أولئك حزب الشيطان ألا إن حزب الشيطان هم الخاسرون. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam quotes from Surah Al-Mujadala, I believe, chapter 58, verse 19. These are a people whom Satan has prevailed upon them. The angels understood when Allah declared, in response to Brother Said's question, I'm going to create this creature. Will you make someone that will create bloodshed? This is the reference. These are the people whom Satan has prevailed upon them. So he has caused them to forget the remembrance of God. They are Satan's confederates. They are Satan's conscripts. Look, indeed, it is Satan's confederates who are the losers. Imam Ali alayhi salam, in Sermon 7 of Nahjul Balagha, says about these hypocrites that usurped the right of the legitimate authority, the vicegerent of Allah. They have made Satan the master of their affairs, and he has taken them as partners. He has laid eggs and hatched them in their bosoms, like a termite overtaking a house. You don't see it at the start. Over time, it's white anting. He creeps and crawls in their laps. He sees through their eyes and speaks with their tongues. In this way, he has led them to sinfulness and adorned for them foul things like the action of one whom Satan has made partner in his domain and speaks untruth through his tongue. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, as God's Khalifa, was standing against the anti-Khalifa force, Iblis and his shayateen, from the humans and the jinn. He was Hizbullah against Hizbul Shaitan. Can that get any more cosmic than that? Can that get any more metaphysical than that? You want to tell me this was just a local protest in the Middle East 14 centuries ago and Imam al-Hussein died and we're sorry? You simpletons. استوحظ عليهم الشيطان فأنساهم ذكر الله أولئك حزب الشيطان ألا إن حزب الشيطان هم الخاسرون. In contrast, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes Hizbullah, whom Imam al-Hussein represented, alayhi salatu wassalam, وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولُهُ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فَإِنَّ حِزْبَ اللَّهِ هُمُ الْغَالِبُونَ. He who has wilayah of Allah, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, who Allah has given a distinction to who that man was, who gave prayer in prostration and gave his ring. Allah says, this is Hizbullah, in distinction to Hizbul Shaitan. Imam al-Hussein is the dividing line. And whoever allies themselves with Allah and His Messenger and those who believe, then indeed the party of Allah, they will be victorious. Can there be any doubt about the cosmic nature of Imam al-Hussein's mission and the central role he played in this cosmic mission? What can be more cosmic, more grand, more sacred, more elevated than the cosmic battle between Hizbul Shaitan and Hizbullah? This transports us to the metaphysical realm. This takes us to the conversation recorded in Surah Al-Baqarah and Surah Al-Araf, chapter 2 and 7 in the Quran, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the angels and He's creating Adam and He's giving him knowledge, and Iblis is protesting. Imam al-Hussein is playing a central role in this metaphysical sacred reality. You see the link? Imam al-Hussein, his mission was a mission of restoration of cosmic proportion. And the results of his project, the results of his mission, are not measured in days or months or years or even centuries. We're talking about sacred history, metaphysical reality, end of times. The events that will determine where you stand on Judgment Day. Can you measure that in days and months or even centuries? Karbala forever altered the course of sacred history. It defeated the tyrants by showing their illegitimacy. Because what did Imam al-Hussein achieve? He tore off the mask. Shaitan, does he come to you with horns? Does he come to you looking like a scary guy? No. He comes to you nice. Builds you a nice mosque. Right? Gives you money. He says, wow, you know, look, the people are praying and they're good people, and right? Or he says, you know what, you just watch this one time, it's okay. Or you smoke this one time. Or he might say to a young sister, you know, all these people are making money this way, why can't you make money that way? Maybe you'll buy your mum a house. Right? That's how shaitan comes. Karbala forever altered the course of sacred history. It defeated the tyrants by showing their illegitimacy, by unmasking them and their sacrilegious depravity. They're willing to kill the grandson of their prophet. Hussein alayhi salam unmasked Satan and created a clear dividing line between Hizbul Shaitan and Hizbullah until Qiyamah. He permanently altered sacred history. And he clearly defined for those with hearts not blinded what is the true distinction between God's true Khalifa and the anti-Khalifa forces that seek to usurp the rightful place of God's appointed Khalifa on earth. And this is where we will take off, inshallah, tomorrow in our examination of Qur'anic anthropology. Because what we covered last night was the foundation of reality in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tonight, the cosmic dimension of Karbala. How Imam al-Hussein, existing in the God-conscious reality that Allah is the center and ground of all reality. Now we bring it into the cosmic proportion, which is the cosmic disorder that had prevailed over the nation of his grandfather a mere 48 years after his grandfather's death. And by the way, this distortion didn't happen at year 48 of Imam Hussein's life. It happened right at the death of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So tomorrow we're going to look at Qur'anic anthropology. What is the nature of this creature, Bani Adam, Insan, who is capable of defying the created order and creating chaos on the earth? This dual nature he has, but he has another nature represented most preeminently by Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, who is able to bring the cosmos back into order. I hope that you're following. Now, these lectures are being uploaded on Facebook and YouTube. It would be worth for you who've attended to re-watch the lecture, because I've covered a lot today, but I want to give you a take-home message. Here's the take-home message. When you think of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, when you think of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, when you think of Imam Ali alayhi salam, when you think of Rasulullah alayhi salam, when you think of Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam, Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam, when you think of all of our Immat al-Ma'sumin alayhi salam, think sacred, profound. Think about them in the deepest terms, beyond history. These individuals cannot be captured by history. These are the individuals who are the perfect manifestation of the divine attributes. And this is what we're going to go into tomorrow. The Qur'anic anthropology. Remember, anthropology is the study of man, of humankind. So we've gone from ontology, being itself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the ground of being. Today we looked at cosmology, the created order, and what happens, of how it goes into disorder. And we've located that the element of disorder cannot come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a perfect system. It comes from this being He created. So tomorrow we go deeper into the subject of who is this creature. And we turn to the Quran to understand its concept of Bani Adam, of Insan, through Quranic anthropology. My brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for your forbearance. It's a heavy topic. It's a heavy topic, but I think we're ready. And I would encourage you, inshallah, if there's any questions with the permission of Hajj, I'm more than happy. You know, Hajj Saeed asked a brilliant question. If there's any questions, I'm happy to field questions. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Salli ala Muhammad. Sallallahu alayka ya Sayyidi wa ya Mawlai. Ya Aba Abdullah. Another salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. So don't be shy if there's any questions, because we don't have a lot of time. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. Any questions? Brother Saeed? Yeah. No.
Shocked the world of humans, not just physically.
Yeah.
Sheikhs usually talk about the physical and the sadness, but also metaphysically. I hope you tell us more about this metaphysically. But also you just added that they are the elements of representation of God's amana to order. So what does metaphysical?
Metaphysical, think of it as it is in a realm beyond this realm. So we could say there's various levels. There's the level of the Malakut, the divine kingdom. There's the level of Sidrat al-Muntaha. There's the level of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is beyond. So metaphysical means, think of it like the sacred realm. The realm that cannot be captured on the earth through normal methods of the intellect, like politics, history, psychology. Metaphysical is a level of reality that is beyond normal rational analysis. So just quickly, so when you read Surah Al-Baqarah about the conversation Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had with the Malaika and Iblis, that is metaphysical. That is not something happening in a room somewhere. Right? That is not something happening in a geographical location in Lebanon or Jordan. This is metaphysical. This is in the Malakut realm, beyond the physical. Yeah? Does that make sense?
Does the Satan affect the metaphysical of humans, or does he cut them from their metaphysical realm, their metaphysical realm?
Well, Satan is the misguiding force. So what Satan does is he distorts our capacity to awaken and know who we are and who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. So he has a metaphysical reality, but he also engages in and possesses entities, including humans, in the physical realm. So there is a metaphysical dimension to him, but ultimately his mission is not metaphysical, meaning sacred. It's sacrilegious. So whenever you see bloodshed, genocide, extreme violence, pornography, extreme conflict, that is all the work of shaitan. Gaza at the moment, that is all the work of shaitan. And these politicians are the confederates of Satan that Imam al-Hussein talked about, including the politicians in our country. They are Hizbul Shaitan. So yes, Satan has a metaphysical reality, but he's not interested in your metaphysical life, which is your sacred life. Okay?
The Imam did say if there were no Satans, then the humans would have been able to see the metaphysical of the skies and the earth.
Absolutely. We would have an awakened intellect, because this is what causes the ghafla. So, Brother Saeed, you've preempted some of the things we'll be discussing. Barakallah fiqh. Anyone else? Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much, brothers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Jazakallah khair, dear and respected Hajj Dr. Abdul Saad, for that deep and insightful lecture on the gravity of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam's mission, which was of course far beyond any specific period of time, any specific field. This wasn't, for example, you think of political reformists, economic reformists, social justice reformists, etc., etc. This is looking at every dimension across the span of time, across the ages, not just one people, one society, one age. Everything, the spiritual, the physical, the mental, the emotional, the political, everything, across generation after generation, a timeless legacy. And inshallah ta'ala, as we proceed across these nights, we can grasp just a scintilla, just a tiny bit of that legacy, and inshallah it can go a long way in order to advance us and advance our purpose in this world and the next, inshallah. For his well-being, salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.